Hi guys, happy Thursday. We almost made it through another week of online instruction. More of you seem to be tuning in and getting the work done, and I really appreciate that. I love hearing from you. So keep up the good work. Today I'm going to go over some of the vocabulary words that go with the outsiders. So you'll need this typed list that I included in the folder that I mailed home to you. So the vocabulary list is one thing that you'll need, and the other thing that you'll need is your packet open to the Chapter 1 questions. Some of you answered them online. Some of you answered them right in your packet and took a picture and emailed the picture to me. Either way is fine. When we get to the questions, if you have not completed those questions yet, I'd like you to do that first before you listen to me go over the answers. If you have the assignment done, and most of you do, which I appreciate, then you should have your packet out, or you can bring up the assignment on Google Classroom if you want and make corrections while you listen as I go over it. Okay, so starting with the vocabulary, we're going to kind of skip around a little bit. I'm going to read the sentence to you, or I'm going to read the word, the definition, and then I'm going to use the word in a sentence. So we're going to start with contemptuously, which is number 10. Contemptuously means hatefully. And the sentence is, as the car drove past Ponyboy and Johnny, the Soch girls inside contemptuously yelled, "Greaser." So they're hatefully yelling something out the window at these guys, which isn't very nice. The next one is eluded, and that is number 15. Eluded means escaped. So used in a sentence, Dally eluded the cops by hiding out at Tim Shepard's place. So he escaped from the cops, eluded the cops. For number 3, we have incredulous, which is on number 1. And it means tending to disbelieve or skeptical. So it's when you just don't believe something, incredulous. And used in a sentence, when Dally offered her a soda after insulting her, Cherry was incredulous. Like she could not believe he had the nerve to do that. The next one is reluctantly, which is number 13, and it means unwillingly. The girls reluctantly left in the Mustang with their drunk boyfriends in order to avoid a fight. So they kind of hesitated. They didn't really want to do it. They were reluctant about it, but they did it anyways. The next one is vaguely, and that is number 2 on your list. It means slightly, and used in a sentence, Soda only vaguely remembered the fight because he was knocked out. So if you vaguely remember something, you just remember little bits and pieces of it. Your memory of it is not very good. Number 6. I take that back, it's not number 6. The next one is nonchalantly, which is number 3 actually, and it means casually. Dally nonchalantly approached Cherry and handed her a soda as if he'd known her for years. So very casually in like a really cool way, like it's no big deal. That's nonchalantly. The next one is impersonal, and that is number 4. It means having no personal connection or feeling. And the sentence is, everything seemed impersonal for the Soches, and they had a hard time showing any emotions at all. So the Soches tend to be very aloof, kind of standoffish. They don't show their feelings very much. And impersonal is really a good word to describe the group as a whole from what we know. The next one is aloofness, and that is number 5 on your list. It is the quality of being disinterested or removed, a word that is used a few times in the book to describe Dally. Dally's aloofness had helped him survive a difficult life. He didn't seem to care about anyone except for Johnny. So his aloofness, or his kind of way of taking himself out of the situation, removing himself from a situation emotionally and not letting himself really feel things, was kind of a way for him to protect himself as he dealt with hard things in his life. The next one is sophisticated, and that is number 6 on your list. Sophisticated means classy or refined, and here's the sentence. Cherry wasn't like the greaser girls that Ponyboy knew. She was smart and sophisticated. So if someone's sophisticated, maybe they've traveled to a lot of different countries. They might know how to speak a different language. Maybe they've eaten all kinds of exotic foods and just know a lot about the world. That's sophisticated, classy, sophisticated. And the last one that I want to go over with you today is ornery, which is number 7, and it means touchy or easily angered. The sentence is, Dally was mean and ornery. Nobody dared to cross him. So some of you might have, in the midst of being quarantined for this long, felt a little bit ornery here or there. I know that I have. So it just means that you're kind of cranky, touchy, and on edge a little bit. Ornery. Okay, so that's it for the vocab for today. You don't have to write anything down as far as that goes yet. I just wanted to go over them a little bit at a time. We'll go over the second half of the words tomorrow, and then I will give you an assignment to go with the vocabulary. The only other thing that I have planned for today, so bear with me, is to go over the questions that I assigned to you in your packet. And, I thought I had that with me. Okay. There may be one that's kind of out of order here because my packet is a little bit different from the one that I gave you, and I don't have that right on hand. But it's very similar. Just try not to let it throw you off too much if I have questions that's a little bit out of tune with what you have in front of you. Number 1, why does Ponyboy go to the movies alone? Ponyboy likes to watch movies alone so that he's undisturbed and can really get into the movie. He's the only greaser that really enjoys going to the movies, so he just goes by himself. Number 2, why don't greasers walk alone at night? Greasers don't walk alone at night because they could get jumped by the Socias. Number 3, describe Ponyboy's run-in with the Socias on the way home from the movies. On the way home from the movies, Pony runs into 5 Socias who get out of a red Corvair. They surround Pony, threaten to cut his hair with a knife, tackle him, and punch him a few times. Number 4, how is the incident resolved? Who rescues Ponyboy? The incident is resolved when Dairy, Soda, 2-Bit, Steve, Johnny, and Dally, basically all of the greasers, show up to rescue Pony and chase the Socias away. So he was really lucky that they were there to rescue him. Who knows what could have happened if not. Number 5, describe the differences between Ponyboy's 2 brothers, Dairy and Soda. Dairy is older, more serious. He only understands cold, hard facts. Soda is fun-loving and always has a grin on his face. Pony says that Soda understands everyone. Dairy is always on Pony's case, while Soda is more sympathetic and stands up for Ponyboy. Number 6, the difference between tough, T-U-F-F, and tough, T-O-U-G-H. Tough, T-U-F-F, means cool or sharp, and the other tough means rough. Number 7, why does Dairy start yelling at Ponyboy on page 13? Dairy starts yelling at Ponyboy for not using his head. Dairy says that Pony has no common sense because he should have known better than to walk alone at night. Number 8, how is Dairy different from the rest of the greasers? Dairy's different from the rest of the greasers because he works all the time and isn't out running around with the rest of the gang. Dairy has more responsibility and acts more like a parent. Also in high school, Dairy was popular and played football, which is also unlike a greaser. He was actually captain of the football team in high school. For number 9, at the end of the chapter, Ponyboy says that he doesn't think that Dairy loves him. Do you think this is true? Explain your answer. So that is really just your opinion. I put Dairy really does love Ponyboy. He's tough on Ponyboy because he wants to protect him. The next one, describe the setting of the story. Remember, setting is when and where. It takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the mid-1960s. It takes place on the east side of town where the greasers live in a poor neighborhood. Number 11, Ponyboy Curtis is the narrator of the story. This type of narration is called first person because the character in the story is telling what's going on. Number 12, the central conflict of the novel is between the greasers and the Socias. And then it tells you to describe the 2 groups in the Venn diagram below. We will be working on a Venn diagram comparing and contrasting the greasers and the Socias eventually, but not right now. So you don't have to worry about that for now. And from what I saw, the people that turned in the chapter 1 questions, you did a great job with it. And it definitely shows that you read the chapter, listened to the chapter, understood the chapter, and hopefully enjoyed the chapter, because I love The Outsiders. It's my favorite. All right, that's really all I have for you today, guys. What I would like you to do is, in the comments, just leave some kind of comment to show me that you watched the video. So you could, for example, say one word that Mrs. Hassen talked about today was, and it means. That would work really well. Or you could say something about one of the chapter 1 questions. Something Mrs. Hassen said when she went over the chapter 1 questions that I wasn't sure about was. So some kind of comment that's specific that shows me that you watched this little mini lesson. Okay, super easy assignment. And tune in tomorrow. We'll go over the rest of the vocab, and I'll give you a vocab assignment for the weekend. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.